What's up? We are back today for another day of Advent of Code. And today I won't dive into the problem statement. I will just focus on solving the problem. So here we have a very interesting problem where we have a bunch of numbers, and depending on the first number, we have to do some specific operation with the next numbers. So yeah, as always, as yesterday, we are going to work only with the DevTools. So that's a fun constraint to focus on writing JavaScript. And yeah, let's just start with this first test that we need to solve. So input equals that. We're going to write a function like yesterday, taking the input and delivering something else. The first thing we need to do is split this input with commas. Yep, so this is it. And then we need to go over this full string and take like 4 numbers at a time. So here what we're going to do, we are going to do things correctly. Const S, let's just call it S. Sorry, for each element of S. So we go like this, I plus equal 4, because as I said, oops, I didn't think that pressing enter would trigger the evaluation of the script. That's okay. That's part of the annoying part of working only with DevTools, but that's the constraint that I fixed. Now we need to find the current, so let's call it C, the current part of this list of numbers. So we are going to do S dot slice. We get slice, which is between I and I plus 4. And now what we need to do is to work with this. I'm just thinking, yeah, no, that's it. We just we get the input, we split, and this is going to be the end result. So yes, that's it. If C0 is equal to 1. So let's just go and do strict equality test. So if this is equal to 1, we have to do this operation. It is defined in here. Adds together number read from 2 positions and store the result in the 3rd position. So what we have to do is S of C of 3 is equal to 2 numbers summed, which is 1 and 2. This is it. This should be the right thing to do. Else. So actually here, instead of if else, we could do a switch with the C0. I don't see any really advantage of doing a switch, because we just have three cases, 1, 2, and 99. So that's okay. I think that's okay. So what is opcode 2 doing? It is doing the same thing, except it multiplies the 2 input instead of adding them. So we're just doing the same thing, and instead of adding, we are multiplying. And then if C0 is equal to 99, what do we do next? I believe 99 is the end. it was written somewhere, the program is finishing and should immediately halt. So here, because we are in a for loop, we can just break, and this is gonna stop the for loop. Yes. Okay. So here, let's try to see if this is working. So should we? I believe we should. I miss a closing curly bracket. Now this is good, and now we should return S, I believe. So now we can f of this string and see what happens. As you can see, there is an error, and I believe I know what it is. So here, for example, we are additioning what should be two numbers, but because those are strings, it is not working. So we're just going to go ahead and parse ints, add parse int. This is a typical error in JavaScript. You work with strings, you want to add two strings that are containing numbers, and instead of doing a sum, it's doing a string concatenation, and this is something that I'm having a lot with the puzzles. Never mind. Parse int. Okay, so here we have 200099. You know what? I think we should concatenate this with a comma to make sure like the output is the same as the input. Okay, this is a correct output. Now we're doing the same with this, because we want to make sure like there is no weird edge case that we are missing. This is correct again. Let's go with the third example. This is correct again. Let's go with the last example. This is not correct. Interesting. So that's perfect, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that we want to see. We want to see mistakes so that we fix our code as soon as possible. So let's see here. We want position 1 and position 1 to be added. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, and to be put in position 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 should become again 2. That's good. 99 here should become 2. So that's correct. That is something that we do correctly. Then we have this. So we want to multiply the number in position 5 and 6 and store it in position 0. So 5 and 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we want to multiply 5 by 6 and store it in position 0. And for some reason, this is not working here. So what we're going to do, we are going to debug that by doing a console log here. C, to make sure this, to understand like a bit more what's happening. So first of all, we have 1, 1, 4. That's correct. Then we have 2, 5, 6, 0. That is correct. However, the end result is not correct. So so there is one more time an issue with the type, because here we have two numbers and we store that as a number in here, and here we check if this is a string. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and we are just gonna remove the strict equality and do a loose equality. I don't know exactly what's the term for that, but this should fix our type type issue. Yes, exactly, this is it, and we've got exactly what was required. So far this is not a good demonstration for JavaScript because we have two type issues. Typing is really can be a source of error, so yeah, happens. Let's see now. We have this correct. So to do this, before running the program, replace position 1 with the value 12 and position 2 with the value 2. So let's see the input puzzle as well, because this is a very long, this is just one very long string, so that's good. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our string here, or sorry, our function that should solve the problem. And here we want to do this 1202 thing. So s of 1 is equals to 12, and s of 2 is equal to 2. So we're gonna save that. Now we're gonna be a bit lazy. Yesterday I was doing that with fetch. Here I'm just gonna copy paste that in here. There's no obligation to do that perfectly. Let me move the bubble here. And we want to copy paste only what is inside the parenthesis and paste it here. Let's submit. That's not the right answer. That's a good thing. I mean, a good thing. Okay. So to do this, before running the program, replace position 1. Okay, and what value is left at position 0 after the program halts? Aha, that's an interesting thing. So what's happening is that we need to run that, and we need to just give what is at position 0, which is this number. Let's submit our solution. Yes, that is the right answer. We are one gold star closer to rescuing Santa. Let's continue to part 2 of day 2. Okay, so this seems to start to be challenging here. What we have is we still have the same that we had previously, the same code. However, we need to find what number to give our program in order to get the output, this output. So one thing that you might remember, that you should remember, is that we were setting 2 values here. Now we're going to put that in parameters of this function. So let's put them first. So first and second. First and second, and then here at the end we just want to return the value that is at the position 0. So here, for example, we said this is 12 and 2. These were the values that we had previously, and we land again on the number that we had to give on the previous exercise. Here what's happening is that we need to find the number, another number than 12 and another number than 2 in order to find this specific output. So what I am thinking is that we should maybe go with a brute force approach and go from number between 0 and this number for both of them and find what would be the result. Let's try that. So let's go between 0 and 1000 for now, or between 0 and 100 for now. We do that. Let's just add a let to make sure like this is correct code. for let j equals 0, j below than 100, j plus plus. Oops, my bad. And here we need to do this function f. Let's make this a bit better. Input equal this. Oops, sorry. Okay, so we have something that is a bit cleaner. We have the input that they give us that is stored in one variable, and then we are doing the brute forcing. So here we should have a, here we should have j, and now we should check if this value, if this is equal to this number. In that case, we should console log I and j. Let's try that. We have 40 and 19, which is really good. It means that this is one possible solution. We don't know if there is many possible solutions, but anyway, what is really important is to solve this and give one solution. So yeah, and here they ask us to do 100 times the first number plus the second number. So we basically just have to concatenate those two numbers. That's the same. And if we submit, yes. So yeah, this is it for today. The day 2. This is the solution for day 2. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like, to drop a subscribe, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.